Hello, welcome back again. This is Changing Mind, Changing Future. Today I want us to talk about something that this thing we call marriage. Something that has been suppose some are thriving, some are not thriving. I don't know. I don't know your case, but when I was young, or when we were young, I know even you. There's a time you were young when you're not understanding some things. In our in this in the church or in the Christian cycle, we used to think that those who do the church wedding, they thrive or they live up, they are up in their marriages, or their marriages are blessed. Let me use that word. Compared to those who never did the church wedding. Actually, those who have not done church weddings somehow in the Christian faith circle, they are more condemned. They are not holy, They are not godly. They don't fear God. But some of the question that you don't understand, and I used to ask I question things. I used to ask these questions when I was in the university. Does it mean that those who don't do the church wedding, they are not recognized by God? So the question is, do we have Christian marriages, or we have Christians who are in the institution of marriage? Because the first institution of marriage was initiated by God. And as you know, every institution has the principles. For example, if you are a student, you cannot use the excuse of prayers and maybe church meetings and you miss in studying your subjects, and then you expect that you're going to pass. You have to apply the principles of hard work, the principles of revision, the principles of reading, the principles of group discussions for you to be able to be in a position to pass the exams. You have to remember the content that you have read, what your teacher said for you, what you're supposed to do as a student. But now, when it comes to Christian marriages, people use, and I believe in prayers, but you cannot use prayers to expect your marriage to work if you don't apply, you don't use the principles that governs that institution. So it's up to you to study the principles that governs that institution. For you to thrive in that institution, it means you must know those principles. So when you grow up, you have to question for you to get answers. When you were at school, there's a quote we used to use that it's good to ask for you to know instead of not asking for you to be a fool the whole of your life. But when you question, you get answers. When you question, you get the correct answers. So, and many of the Christians actually, we don't question things. We believe what men and women of God have said. And sometimes men and women of God, they use the experience, they use their encounters to instill to those who believe in them or those who follow them. But your encounter and your experience may not work for me. That's your personal life. That's why I don't, for example, I don't like sharing my personal spiritual life experiences, because I don't want to make my personal spiritual life experience to be a doctrine, to be a belief system to other people, because I believe that is only for me. What works for me, it may not work for you. you know. Therefore, we cannot use what they said. We use what works. We use what it entails for that institution to progress. All right? So it's high time for us to do more research, so that we don't bring about, we don't bring about that separates, that says because this one they did, they had no Christian wedding, so they are holy, they are thriving, they are doing well, they are happy, and this one they never did this wedding, they are not even cornered by God. No. Actually, if you read your Bible, there's nowhere we had the church wedding, because as if you read your Bible, wow, you will realize that marriage is a family issue. Marriage is a culture issue. But when we bring now, I believe in church, I believe in the Bible, I believe, and it's in because of order, but we cannot use as a tool to believe that it's going to work. If you provide one good, but you cannot use it as a cover and believe that those who are there, they're doing well in that institution. Most of them, they're suffering. Most of them, they're crying. Most of them, they're in pain. Most of them, they are in a bad situation. Why? They're not using the principles that are needed to guide that institution, to help them to thrive, to do well, to excel, to succeed in that institution. All right? And that is you. And I hope that you are going to do well. All right? See you in the next video. This is Changing Mind, Changing the Future. I want to welcome you to this family of Changing Mind in the Future. As I said, said from the beginning, the first video, that we are going to have a family of Changing Mind, Changing the Future. And I'm going to share the link there. Join the group. We progress, and I want serious people with serious mind. I don't want jokers. I want people who want to bring new ideas, people who want to progress, people who want to share ideas, people want to work together to see how we can change our future. And yes, we can, and it's possible. See you next time.